Hi, it's Rosie, and we are making a delicious vanilla cake with beautiful rose swirls. At any time that you would like to print out the recipe for this cake and frosting, come visit me on my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. Okay, so I'm going to start off by sharing the recipe for the cake, and in my opinion, this is the best recipe for vanilla cake. So we're starting off with 2 sticks of unsalted butter, and now we're going to pour in some granulated sugar. Next, we're going to add in our vanilla extract, and now we're going to mix everything until it's nice and creamy. Our next ingredient will be egg whites. We're not making a yellow cake, so we do not need the yolks. Make sure you have egg whites, and we're going to mix everything until it's nice, creamy, and smooth. Make sure you do scrape down the edges of your bowl. That is important. Make sure everything's in there. And for your dry ingredients, you're going to need some cake flour, baking powder, and some salt. Now don't forget, for the exact measurements, come visit me on my blog, iHeartRecipes.com, and you can print it out from there. Instead of using regular milk, I love using buttermilk for my cakes, and we're going to alternate adding the buttermilk and our dry ingredients to our egg white and butter mixture. So I'm using my handheld mixer. It is on a low speed, and I'm starting to add in my buttermilk, and I've already added in a little bit of my flour. So once everything's in the bowl, you should have a nice creamy batter just like this. And we are going to need 2 9-inch cake pans. My cake pans are greased and floured. I'm going to smooth them out, and then I'm going to bake my cakes on 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Your oven may run a little hotter or lower than mine, so make sure you check your cakes periodically while baking. So now we're going to remove the cakes from our pans here, and we're going to let them sit on a cooling rack. Make sure your cakes are completely cool before the next step. Next, we're going to do a crumb coat, and for the crumb coat, we'll be using buttercream frosting. So the crumb coat is basically a really thin layer of frosting that you place or apply on the cake. Make sure you get all sides of the cake. You don't need to do the bottom, but the sides and the surface of the cake. And you want to make sure it's nice and smooth because you want a smooth foundation when you do decorate the cake. So once you're done applying your crumb coat, you're going to place the cake in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will remove it. But again, make sure you do a nice and smooth foundation because you need a nice smooth foundation to work with while you're decorating. Okay, so once I pulled my cakes out of the freezer, I'm going to apply a nice thick layer of buttercream on top of one of the cakes. After that, we're going to get our other cake and we're going to place it on top of the buttercream, and then we're going to frost the sides and on top of the cake. So you have your 2 layers. Your cake is pretty much good to go. We're going to place this back in the freezer for another 5 to 10 minutes, and now we're ready to decorate. So I'm going to do my rose swirls. I have a Wilton tip, and I just press and swirl. We're going to do it again. Just press and swirl. Really easy. There you go. That's how I'm doing it. And the Wilton tip that I am using is a number 1. Again, just press and swirl around. Any gaps that I leave, I'll just simply go back and retouch them. It's really not a big deal. This is super easy, and you can decorate this cake in less than 10 minutes. As you see, again, all I'm doing is pressing down and swirling around. I'm a beginner when it comes to cake decorating, so I'm really confident that you can pull this off. It was super easy. I'm sure you can do this, so definitely give it a try and tell me what you think. When you do try the cake and you try the rose swirls, be sure to send me a picture so I can feature it on my blog and on Instagram. I can't wait to see your pictures. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget I upload new videos every Sunday and Wednesday.